this
The
up.
ground she's lying on. I can almost guarantee you it's pavement. And her discombobulated body as if her bones were broken.
Ooh, okay,
No
okay.
one
Yeah. Let's go around here. Bringing around town. Bringing around town. Let's stop. Ooh, here's a memory. Beach day.
You know this tableau, my little fawn? It's been gathering dust in the back of my personal collection. I haven't displayed it in ages. Here, the artist is depicting her first day at the beach with her daughter. Do you remember?
Probably freaking out. The shell.
You started worshipping the sand as soon as we got there. You were delighted. We were already imagining you as a teenager with like 7,933 vials of sand everywhere and
That's very
a
specific.
subscription to Sand Fans, the Arenophile Review. Hey, if it was between that or weed, we weren't sure which would be worse.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore that.
The weather was so nice that day. We had eaten ice cream under the big umbrella. Then you pulled out your little tongue, your head got close to my arm, and I felt something cold and wet above my elbow. You taste salty, you said.
Oh, you funny. All right, and then I think the shell.
You came up to me with a huge seashell. I never understood where you found it. You handed it to me with great pomp and told me I had to write a movie about it. I
Ooh.
complained. I don't know his life. I have no idea what he's thinking about. If he's sad or... And then you asked me, so about what is it that you write movies then? And I was speechless for a moment, but... Suddenly I felt it welling up in my heart and my stomach. Happiness. And then, that's it. That's what I wanted to write about. I had totally forgotten this, but at one point in my life, I wanted to write about happiness.
It's never too late for that, but I know you're not feeling that right now. You're not feeling that girl. Ooh, it looks so lonely. Well, nothing's popping out at me on that one. Anything right here? Okay. Ceremony.
Since the dawn of time, people have needed rituals to mark the big life events. Here, the artist is depicting her final farewell to her daughter.
Oh, dang, she was
At least
cremated?
that's what she thought at the time.
That's sad.
Neither Alex nor I could picture you in a tiny coffin. We really preferred that you remained with us. Like fine sand in a pretty vase. But in the end, even that was too heavy. I kept thinking about it.
That's sad. Why can't we say that? Because I actually want to cremate my... I don't want to say that in front of my dog, but yeah, I want to do that. So I understand. That's how I want to do for my dog.
One day, on a whim, I made the call. I didn't tell your father. I didn't feel like explaining. I just called Diane, and I told her to meet me over there, by the sea. And she didn't ask any questions, nothing. She just said, I'll be there.
Who's Donnie?
I was crying when we arrived at the cliff overlooking the beach. Diane gently took out the urn from my hands, opened it towards the sea, and she said, Donnie was a good bowler and a good man. He was a man who loved the outdoors and bowling. I burst out laughing and snot splurted out of my nose all over my fucking chin. And Diane was laughing too, and 1,000 particles of you flew out around us, all up in my hair.
Liberation.
I thought it would be freeing to see you leave like this, disappear. That was the goal of this ceremony, but now I know that it didn't work. It didn't make me feel free, rather it made me feel the emptiness.
That's depressing. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, nothing there. Anything here? No. There it goes. Way home zero.
Here, the artist is depicting herself on the bus, back from the shore. Outside, the setting sun represents something or other. Is it the end of something? Or the beginning?
Urn.
I was holding your urn against me the whole way back. It was empty, but it felt heavier than ever before.
Alright, let's go empty. What was this? Poem.
I looked outside the window, and this poem came to my mind. It's Lamartine, I had to learn it by heart in high school. Setting or just rising in a sky clear or gray, what good is the sun? I disregard the day. Were I to track the whole long course of his travel, my eyes would just witness all the void and gravel. I desire nothing that he could ever disperse. I don't demand a thing from the great universe.
All right, and empty.
I was all by my lonesome on the bus back, with just a few specks of you. That's what I felt when I came back from the cliff. The poem, the empty bus, the urn on my knees. A void. Back then, I thought it was a good thing. I said to myself, maybe I can start writing now that this is done. And then, nothing.
Hey. That's deep. All right, we have one more last painting to go to, and it should be this one. There it goes. Self-portraits.
I remember almost every word of the pretentious card next to Marie's painting. The auto-portrait series is undoubtedly Marie de Mange's most ambitious work to date. She arranges herself in a discomfiting position, ripe with malaise, and also a certain eroticism. Self-portrait number 8 is the final entry in the series, and one of the most powerful paintings of the 21st century.
Whatever you say, bro. What was this? Writing.
I couldn't believe how many paintings Marie had done since you died. Meanwhile, I couldn't write for my life. It made no sense anymore. When I left Alex, I did get started on something, as if separating from him had inspired me. But after a few months, nothing I had written was worth reading.
Well, that's sad. All right, vulnerable.
Apparently the critics and the public loved it. That was the series from which everything started for Marie. I must say that there was something vibrant in these paintings. A sweet and vulnerable mystery in her eyes. It made me sick.
Next is inspiration.
I never could bring it up with Marie. But I'm sure that these paintings were actually inspired by the accident.
Probably so.
The ground she's lying on. I can almost guarantee you it's pavement. And her discombobulated body as if her bones were broken.
Ooh, okay.
No
Okay,
one
you
knows
gotta
that except
be that
me.
vivid.
I believe she painted you instead of her. Why on earth would she make such a twisted thing, do you think?
That's uncomfortable to think of. Wrong.
Those paintings made me so angry. I kept thinking this. Marie is feeding off of my bereavement. Through her art, she managed to turn what happened into something else.
Probably how she grieves, bro.
Something beautiful. I, on the other hand, had nowhere left to go in that moment. I couldn't do it anymore. My bag of happiness was ripped to shreds.
That's probably how she grieves. You know, you gotta grieve your own pace. Saying. Ooh, 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 ooh. Still with me.
Thank you for visiting this exhibit with me, my little fawn. What did you learn? When I see all of this again, I wonder what made me think that making you disappear would take the pain away.
Maybe it's how you want to
erase
grieve.
every bit of you meant locking me out of this incredible little room inside my heart. The place that gave me life. The place that inspired me. Now I know that I need to keep that space for you within myself so that I can write and I can live. You're still with me.
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. This is how you should think. Cause technically when we die, like, our spirits is like energy. Like, energy doesn't get destroyed.
What?
She's somewhere else.
No, of course
you.
not, my little fawn. But when you died, I found myself in an impossible situation. I was thinking about you all the time. I kept telling myself it was my fault you weren't here anymore.
Man.
It's awful to love someone that much, you know?
On the contrary, I think it's beautiful.
Sure, it's beautiful and awful.
True.
So I looked for a solution.
How?
I did what I always do. I watched movies.
Like what?
Let's go with... I don't know none of these movies. What is this? Let's say Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea. One of the
The sea.
most depressing
Yes,
movie
me.
ever shot.
Oh no.
But it does star the hottest hottie Michelle Williams. Then I watched The Broken Circle Breakdown and Declaration of War and all kinds of other miserable stuff. My only requirement was kids dying, parents crying. Also, I spent hours looking at a blog of badly taxidermied pets. I remember one dachshund in particular with these bulging eyes and a big crooked mouth. It was both the saddest and the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
But why were you doing all this?
I think I just wanted to feel sad for someone else. I was hoping I'd feel less alone, like it would water down my grief.
Okay, touche.
Did it work?
Of course
Probably not.
Why should it? That wasn't the right way to handle things.
Sure was. I don't know what you was thinking.
Now I know how lucky I am to be able to think about you every day, even though it's hard sometimes.
I think about your laugh. I think about the downy little laugh. Or no, laugh.
Think about your
It's going
laugh,
too much with
the
that one.
you made when your dad would attack you with a toy knight.
Your doodles. Let's go that. Excuse your Nini.
I think
Alright,
about
doodles.
your little doodles. You came back from kindergarten every day with fistfuls of them. We filled up all the walls with them. So we ended up having to sneak some into the garbage.
I knew it!
But I promise I always looked carefully at them before. I think about your birthday pizza.
My... what?
For your 4th birthday, you didn't want a cake and asked for a 4-cheese pizza.
See, she'll be
Your father
leader.
was so proud. I think
That's
about
different.
all of it, little dear. And it's a reminder that you are here with
Everything
me.
you alright? You
I
good to
carry
go?
that with me into every
You
decision
got it all
I have
out?
to make. And I won't let it go for the world. I'm better now, you know? It still hurts like hell. But I get it. I can survive this.
Yeah.
On a good day, I can even convince myself that it could be worse.
I might never fall in love. Huh? Yeah, let me
I might
see.
have never fallen in love with Alex.
Really?
Do I need to remind you that he's a video game developer?
Which is a
Those
cool
guys are
job.
terrible conversationalists.
My job is boring in a mofo.
You've taught me all of this. You helped me open doors inside myself. That's
You're wonderful, Astrid.
what allowed me to grow. Of course, I'll go on without you. I have to. But it's really, really sad.
How does the book end?
What book?
The one we
Heart
talked about
Snatcher.
earlier?
Well, the triplets eat blue slugs, and then they fly away from their mother.
Jeez.
Obviously, blue slugs. And are they happy?
Very much.
Oh.
There are 2 lessons here.
Blue Slugs from me a Lion King
First,
movie.
Boris Vian was really, really odd. Really. But also second, sometimes there's no sense fighting what will happen anyway.
You
Said
got
it
a
yourself
point.
to Auntie Diane. Remember?
You got a point. Yep.
I understand why you're sad, Mom. But you can't be sad forever. It doesn't help you, and it doesn't help me.
Oh, you got a good point,
Life's
little
short
girl.
enough as it is.
Period.
Why waste any more time?
You better preach. I'm afraid if I ask the first question, I might come off as a little bit like a bee. Let me go out. I don't want you to say it wrong.
Sad.
You can be so egotistical sometimes.
Excuse me?
Where do I fit into all this?
But I was just...
So what? I'm going to be a bad memory for the rest of your life? A distressing thought inside your head?
Ooh.
Do you even realize what that means? I'm scared.
What are you scared of, my little fawn?
I'm
Explain.
scared that I'll disappear.
But you're already dead.
That's
Yeah.
not the point. I'm talking about disappearing from here.
Here.
This is the only place where I still exist.
Huh.
Just here. But I don't want to be this rusty nail that's killing you by degrees. You do realize that That's not me at all. You do know that. If you keep at this, I'm not going to exist anywhere. Anymore. You don't have to do this to me, Mom. You don't have to do this to yourself. How much longer do I have to make you miserable?
Dang, you're making me miserable. What the? You might. No.
I know you don't deserve that, my little dear. It's
That's
all
not even
my
what I'm
fault.
trying to say.
Stop it, Mom. Just stop. You're stuck on repeat. I know that this can be easy to process.
It's not.
And I know that the truth hurts. But right here,
Panini, leave me alone real quick.
you're gonna have to remember. Really.
I'm not sure. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Astrid?
Oh, we're gonna go to another flashback right
Astrid.
now. Oh my gosh. Astrid is gone. Astrid gave us a whole hand, like, earful.
She's right.
That was crazy.
Of course she's right. I need to remember now. It's time. I think I'm ready.
All right, let's go ahead and unlock the Pandora's box.